Hello everyone, I just can't leave it alone. This is just regarding the at least 3 global blocks or 4 that I got from YouTube regarding my recent attempted screen recorded compilation of the Twilight Zone, the original series, 1959 to 1963. The series that started it all the other updates and reboots of the show stemmed from there. I decided this is a way to get around the global copyright block, is to just show still images and talk over it. These are especially the ones where I could only find radio play versions, which were more appropriate than the visual content that I came across. So the first part will just be all on the still images, and then I'll go back to my original video that was blocked, and I'll just mute it, the audio of the original videos, and then I'll just talk over it. So this is the first part, so I'll put a new listing as well, because this will be not in the order that I had the original listing of the episodes, of my favorite episodes. So starting with Where Is Everybody? It's a pilot episode of the Twilight Zone, and it got accepted by the networks, thankfully. It's a very basic premise, not to give it away. There's, well, those that know Twilight Zone, and I guess many storytelling really, Twilight Zone didn't invent this trope, but there was always a twist towards the end of the episode. So, yeah, this one is no exception. So, basically, yeah, you see this protagonist walk into an empty town, and yeah, he's wondering, as the title suggests, where is everybody? He's the only one in the town, but yet it looks like the town is lived in. So, for example, when he goes into the cafe or diner, coffee's boiling, something's cooking on the stove. When he goes into the movie theater, there's a movie playing. When he goes to the projectionist room, but there's nobody, looking after the equipment. So things like that. So when he tries to make a telephone call in the phone booth, he can hear the automated, well, it sounds like an operator, but I think it's just an automated message. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's Where Is Everybody? Yeah, great pilot episode to start off the series. Moving on to What You Need, which has been updated or reworked for one of the 80s, I think, episodes, or maybe early 90s or noughties. It was called The Path, but based on this premise, where the old man with the hat, can know, or is able to know what you need, what the people in this diner needs. And it could be something as nondescript as cleaning fluid, to clean stains out of your shirt or jacket, and you think, what has that got to do with anything? But it is what you need. And yeah, not to spoil it, but all the little trinkets that he gives people, is something that they need. So yeah, again, like with all Twilight Zone episodes, it has a twist, but I like this one as rewatchability. And for those that are new to Twilight Zone, it's any one of my episodes on my favorites list would be a great start for you to enter the world of Twilight Zone. Okay, next we have The Four of Us Are Dying. This reminds me, so I love it as a Star Trek fan, particularly, all series, some more than others, but I'm referring to the series Star Trek Deep Space Nine, The Changelings. It will remind you of that. So the 4 characters here you can see from left to right is the one person. It's not explained, but he has the ability to change his face, basically, so he takes advantage of that. Unfortunately not using it for good, but for, self profit, you could say, or just selfish reasons, really. So, yeah. Again, there's a twist ending as well. So, yeah. Here we have A Nice Place to Visit. Again, that catchphrase of, you visit somewhere and you think, oh, it's a nice place to visit, but you wouldn't want to live there. So just bear that in mind when you watch this episode. The protagonist, Rocky Valentine, had a classic name, the gentleman has robbed. It opens with him robbing a jewelry store or a store, and the cops are called to chase him down, and subsequently, yeah, he ends up in this place where it's a nice place to visit. But so I'll leave it there again with a twist ending. But yes, has rewatchability, and yeah, all or most of the tales of Twilight Zone has relevance in today's day and age. You might think, oh, this is back in black and white television, back in the late 50s, early 60s. What relevance has it got now? But it has moral tales, ethics, and hopefully lessons learned for humanity's future. Yeah, alas, we don't tend to learn from our mistakes, do we, collectively or individually at times? Yeah, this one's a great episode. They're all great episodes. They're on my favourites list. Next is Eye of the Beholder. Again, that saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So keep that in mind. Actually, there's probably a couple of images which I shouldn't have shown you if you haven't seen the episode. It kind of gives it away a little bit. Well, still will be kind of shocking and surprising when you watch it the first time. But yeah. So a woman is in hospital. You see her in bed. Her face is covered with bandages, as you can see there, and on the left hand side, the second photo from the top. And yeah, she's talking about how it's discussed that she's had already multiple surgeries to correct the defect that she has in her face, and yeah, it's very, very much relevance today. So yeah, again, a twist ending. The Eye of the Beholder. It has been updated for the 80s version, and they called it exactly the same title, just obviously in colour. And I think the black and white version, the original versions, are always far superior than the remakes, even though it's a homage to it. But yeah, I take the original versions any day over an updated version of spin-off or future Twilight Zone episodes that were continuing the series in the 80s, the 90s and the noughties. Okay, this one is The Silence. Yeah, it did make me a little bit uncomfortable watching it, again with the twist ending. The person on the top left is sick and tired of the character that's on the right hand side, the second from the top. He basically won't shut up. He's a chatterbox. He just talks and talks and talks like me. And he bets him, X amount of money that you won't be able to keep silent for a year. But if you are able to remain silent for a year, the money's yours. And to do this, it looks like he's inside of a box there on the third photo on the right-hand side from the top. Or the second one from the bottom on the right-hand side. He's placed inside, which looks like a glass atrium, arboretum, where there's microphones everywhere, so to pick up any speech, any talking at all, any audible talking from his mouth. And yeah, it's monitored obviously 24 hours a day. He has everything he needs, obviously food and drink and amenities. He just can't talk. That's the bet. He's not allowed to talk. Or let's see if you can keep silent for a year. So yeah, interesting bet there. Next we have To Serve Man. This has been memed and spoofed. The Simpsons come to mind. I'm not sure, but I would assume there's other series and TV series that have referred to this, even just verbally, not necessarily visually. Yeah, definitely very clever storytelling, great apt title, and again, a twist ending. Here we have the trade-ins. Who wants to grow old? I mean, that's inevitable for all of us. But in this future, I love how Twilight Zone never... there might be references to years, Like, if they refer to 1999, it's already past, but that happens in science fiction films and other series as well. When they refer to the future back then, it becomes our past. So, like a Space Odyssey 2001, that's already, 23 years ago now. Anyway, so in this episode, this couple are old. The man is suffering from some ailment that causes him consistent pain, intermittent pain, and they go to a company that provides a trade-in. So in the top left corner on the left-hand side, you'll see they're looking at the models they've chosen where you'll be traded in. So the essence of themselves, their consciousness and everything and memories remain, and they'll have new bodies, basically trading your old bodies for your new bodies. And you'll have the voice and everything will be you, but you will look a lot younger. Maybe it would just be simpler if they just de-aged the people, but you're actually going into a model body. So yes, a twist ending again. Looking at the timeless topic of aging and how we can, ways to live forever. By implanting yourself in a new body, you continue on essentially as yourself. You look different with the new physical body, but your emotions and your feelings and your memories and your intelligence are all intact. So yeah. This one is Black Leather Jackets. I didn't think I'd put this on my favorites list, but it's quirky, it's a bit goofy. It reminds me of the Fonz in Happy Days. The photo on the left-hand side in the middle looks like something maybe from Halloween or Batman or Robin with those masks over their eyes. They do ride motorbikes, probably Harley Davidsons, and they're wearing black leather jackets. Again, there's a twist. This is a touching on sci-fi. A lot of the Twilight Zone episodes touch on sci-fi and fantasy and supernatural themes. This definitely falls under sci-fi. It's just nice to watch. I mean, I wouldn't say this would be immediate entry into people who've never watched Twilight Zone to start watching. But if you just want something that's a bit quirky and goofy, this is the one to watch, the Black Leather Jackets. The masks, yes, another one that made me feel a little bit uncomfortable, facing death. Basically the four people that you see that are holding the masks are the family of a grandfather. The grandfather is on, where is he? He's on the right-hand side, second from the bottom. He's basically dying. He's an ailment that he has, which he hasn't got much longer to live. The family are gathering together to be there with him when he dies, but they really don't care about him. All they care about is the inheritance they're going to receive from him. He goes through one by one of their faults and failings, and he tells them, in order to receive my inheritance, you have to wear these masks, and then you can take them off after midnight. They happen to be in New Orleans when they have the Mardi Gras, and they're stuck in his house. Well, it's based at his house. I mean, they can hear the Mardi Gras outside, but they remain in the house with him until he passes away. Again, timeless tale, moral tale, a lesson learned. Again, I won't give it away, but this one I would recommend as an entry point to Twilight Zone, or over the Black Leather Jackets. But this one's quite iconic visually and in storytelling. This one is The Fear. Again, quite a straightforward title. It makes these two people, they don't know each other and they've been thrown together. The man is a policeman and the woman is in a house, and she calls the policeman because there's something, she sees something or hears something outside the house, and they have to deal with that. Obviously I didn't put together these images. The image on the right hand side, the second from the bottom, someone's added a ruler of measurement to show you how big that thing is compared to a tree. Is it a tree or them? The people, yeah. I don't know why you'd need that. You can clearly see there's a difference in height already. They're probably just exacerbating it. Yeah. Have I reached the end? Oh yeah, I've reached the end. Okay, so these are the ones in my original globally blocked compilation that were sourced from radio plays. But I just thought I'd show you the visual because it's not going to work very well if I just play the radio play. It's kind of nondescript. The little snippets I got, unless you know the episode, you won't really understand the references. So maybe it is a blessing in disguise that it's got blocked. So that's the first part. I'll stop it here. These are the ones I've gone through that were sourced from radio plays, and these are still all my favorites. I'll put a new listing for this one. And then the next compilation you'll hear is of me narrating on mute with the original videos that I've put together. Hopefully that will satisfy YouTube and not get blocked again. Of the remaining list of my favorites, and this will have visual accompaniment, clips from the actual episode, but I'll mute it so you don't hear anything from the episode and you just hear my droning voice. Okay, thanks for listening to part 1, and catch you in part 2. And please, again, as always, please, YouTube, don't block me. This is just for pure entertainment purposes. Bye for now, and thanks for watching. Bye, and listening.